Yo, 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 what's up? It's Reverse Polarity, episode 10. It's me, your boy High Five Vega. I am joined by the man who never sleeps, aka the heat shrink hero, aka the guy who once said, "These are not the droids you were looking for." What's up, Dean?
Do you write that stuff down?
Yeah, I do. I do. I got like a Google
Cliff
Notes.
notes?
Yeah,
Yeah. I've used this one. All right, scratch
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
I tell you
All right.
what, I do love to sleep, but with daylight savings, loving to sleep and being able to sleep are two totally different things. This week has just sucked so bad. I woke up Monday and I was like, oh, I'm late. I'm like, God, no, you're not late.
Yeah.
Dummy, go back to sleep. You got like an hour. Oh man.
That's why
Just
I don't have any clocks visible in my room just because that I wake up often and I'm like an hour before and I can't go back to sleep.
I don't have any. I mean, I have my watch and my phone, but they all face the other direction, so I can't look at them.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like I'm just waiting for the alarm. Damn, Scott's on top of it.
Oh man, Scott, what's up?
What's
Man?
up?
Appreciate it, bro.
What's up, Scott? He wants to get in early. Get in quick. Did you do a poll this week?
I did a poll, but first I just got to break
Okay.
with this.
No, go.
Edward just tuned in to hear Dean curse, and he's not the only one.
Really?
So, yeah.
I think when we teased it today on Instagram, I was like, and if you'd like to hear Dean curse, that's where you do it. I think I said cuss because I'm from the north, so we say cuss.
Yeah. All right. Let me share the poll this time. What we have here: who makes the best fast food French fries?
Ooh.
Now this was in no particular order, and I just put ones up there like mainstream fast food. So we got McDonald's in the lead at 30%. Arby's coming in hot at 23. Wendy's
I could see that.
Chick-fil-A are tied.
So I mean, all right. So let's go through the list. McDonald's fries. They got the nostalgia thing going from, but I feel like they taste too much like peanuts anymore because they're doing the whole peanut oil thing. So I feel it's like foam with peanut oil spread over it. Arby's curly fries with cheddar cheese is a fat man's dream. Okay, like that's like I just want to feel lonely and be left alone. I'm gonna get an Arby with cheddar cheese and then a giant Arby's fry with cheddar cheese and lots of Arby's sauce. Not saying I've ever done that, but hey. A lot of people don't know what Chick-fil-A fries are, so I could see why the numbers would be down there, but they're waffle fries, and if you had them, that would be number one, because those are just the most heavenly things ever.
Especially if you dip them in some Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, dude, that's like sex. Or the Polynesian sauce. Do you like the Polynesian sauce?
Yes.
Oh, they have the new buffalo sauce, too, that is just like...
I haven't tried it. Chick-fil-A sauces are on point. I'll have to say.
Oh, yeah, they kill it. Wendy's was good originally. The new fries are kind of like, but I like. So my French fry of choice is a crinkle fry. Like I like crinkle fries. To me, that's like,
that's the classic.
Yeah, we went out Saturday night for dinner, and I literally just ordered 2 baskets of crinkle fries.
That's the way to do it.
Dicks.
We got a spot here that they're regular, just fresh cut fries.
Yeah.
They bring you a plate. They bring you 2 plates. And they just set fries all over your sandwich, wherever you ordered. It's like the other plates to move your sandwich off so the fries don't all fall.
What is it? What's the burger place that gives you all the fries?
Five Guys.
Well, Five Guys does, but they're fry. I mean, that's dude. You literally when you leave there, you feel bad for your heart because your heart's just going, oh, gosh, stop, oh gosh, because the grease is just, and the only thing I can eat there are French fries. It's like when we go into California and we go to In-N-Out Burger. It's like the only thing I can eat there is French fries. So it's like, but I love French fries. So I mean, I was thinking of the other place that gives you unlimited fries. Which is just totally.
Red Robin.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I just go there and I get the it's like the California BLT with turkey, and like I'll eat half of it, and then I'll be like, anybody else want this? I'm just here for the fries. Legit, that is all I'm here for is French fries. So
I would tell you, like, Edud come up. Freddy's. Have you had Freddy's fries?
No.
They're the worst. They are by far the worst French fry I've ever had in my life. Their
Really?
shoestring, oh man, they're terrible. They're
Oh,
really bad.
yeah. I know. I know. Yes. Well, that's like Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
Steak and
Steak and
Shake
Shake same way. But
suck.
Freddy's is worse. Freddy's is
Oh,
worse than that.
wow.
They're even thinner.
Did you ever go to Fuddruckers?
Yes.
So they have the steak fries or the big fat steak fries. And in case you're wondering, this is apple juice, which I'll tell you the story in a minute. Fuddruckers is cool because they give you pumped cheese.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because like French fries and cheese. When we were talking about, I was eating my salad, and he's like, "Put cheese in." I was like, "No, but you give me French fries and some cheese. Oh, it's on."
Yeah.
But I don't like melt. I don't like shredded cheese that you heat up and melt on French fries. It's just got to be the hot, like queso style. Ooh.
Or nacho cheese.
Yeah. Yes, nacho cheese. So it's like there was 3 things in my life, and it was hot wings, which I've given up and haven't had in like a year and a half now, pizza and French fries. So and pizza and French fries are tough. They're like, and the doctor's like, and it's like, oh, come on, really? It's like once a month, man. Just let me have that. And they're
Why
like,
don't you eat one of those nasty cauliflower pizzas?
I don't mind those. Those are actually okay. But
I've never tried them, but
it's not bad because I really just like cheese pizza. So I mean, it's cauliflower with tomato sauce and cheese. It's all the other crap on there. So it's like it's not bad. It's really not bad. But I mean, I like thin crust pizza anyways. So like Little Caesar's cracker pizza, as I call it. It's like yeah, give me the burnt shit. I'll eat that.
yeah.
Oh,
That's my favorite too. That oh, we already started it. I'll eat the thin crust, crispy thin crust.
Yeah.
Any day over any other kind of pizza crust.
Well, I mean, I enjoy good crust. Like a coal-fired pizza to me is like, but what also is pretty good if you do fries in the what's that stupid cooker now that everyone has? That's like
the air fryer.
Air fryer French fries are pretty good. All right, so we got this question here before we get deep. Have you had the air fryer French fries?
No, but my wife's been talking to me about the air fryer.
Oh, dude, just get one. You haven't got one? Get one. Just get one. Get her one for Christmas. She'll love you forever. No, she won't. But no, air fryer French fries are really good. Like, because you can cut them fresh and drop them. Haley makes them, and oh my gosh, they're wonderful. I just can't get her to make them enough. Running kicker QS components, front and rear. Got 3. Oh, okay, 45. Want to run 3-inch infinity mids up front, 2 amps left and right, and 1 rear. Tips. Make sure you get the USB distribution hub, because if you have 3 Q-Class 504s, you can plug them all in together and tune it all at once. So they make a any USB hub, I think. They do recommend one on their website, which I bought. It's like $20 or something like that. But then you can tune everything at once. It's super simple. Okay. It's easier. Of course, they also still have that dongle, which you can get. Yeah, you can get that. That'll allow you to do 3 amps. There you go.
Yeah.
But you can also just use a USB hub.
Oh, really?
For programming. Yeah, you don't have to have that. You can actually just plug in a USB hub. That thing's nice to have, though, because you could probably pick one of those up for like $120.
Yep.
Right now, because they're end of life. So that'll allow you to do Bluetooth streaming and Bluetooth calling, which is really cool.
Yeah, it comes with a mic in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there again. It was one of those amazing products that was way before its time. And chili cheese fries are kind of like, no. Yeah. I had pizza fries the other day, and it was kind of like,
I will say, this is one I wanted, before we get into the headphones, this is one, poutine. I've never tried these.
Oh, I want to try that. Yes, because it's funny. So they have a poutine store in downtown Disney.
Yeah.
And we were there with some Canadian friends, and they're like, "Ooh, poutine's everywhere in Canada," and so we're not going to do that. And every time I see it, I'm like, French fries with brown gravy, just like, because I love gravy
and cheese curds.
Like,
I mean,
okay.
Sign me. Where do I sign up?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Joaquin. What's up, man?
Yeah.
Okay, what headphones? What we got in?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading El Fuego. Sorry, wasn't paying attention to you. All right, so what we got here is the Aftershocks Arrows. These are their new
Oh, there's the bone
ultralight
conduction?
high end. I've had pretty much every pair of these that they've made, except for the new ones that they make for the COVID Bluetooth bulk stuff like this. But these last like 8 hours. They're super flexy. They don't weigh anything. The batteries are built in here. There's buttons down here. It's got this cool USB magnetic charger. But they don't go into your ears. So when you put them on, they sit like this.
It's like a bone conduction, or are they
It's
firing into
bone.
your ears?
No, it's bone conduction.
Yeah.
There's no actual parts in your ears. The whole purpose for these is so when you're doing an activity, you still have your full hearing. So if a car is coming or someone's yelling at you or a dog's chasing you or something like that, as you can see, you get the whole hole is open for you to hear. So they just, and the funny part is they come with headphone or earplugs.
Yeah.
So that when you're on an airplane, you can put the earplugs in and still have these on the side of your head and hear everything.
And see, you had like a total runners only reference, like only you and mailmen worry about dogs chasing you.
I've had it happen. It really sucks.
Yeah, I know. I bet.
It's horrible, you know, because I mean, it's the little dogs that are the biggest assholes. You know, the little dogs.
And you could be a fast human. A fast human is a slow dog.
Trust me, man. There's been plenty of times where I'm just dreaming that the dog is coming at me, and it's like I'm just gonna have to punch it in the face and break my hand. You know, it's just what's gonna happen. But then they're the little things that are just like biting your ankles, and you're like, and then you feel bad because they're these dumb dogs, and they're like running out into the street, and they're like they're gonna get hit by a car, you know, and you're like, you know, and the owner's like, I'm sorry, and you're like, don't be an asshole. You know?
Keep that dog. Have you ever messed with Koss headphones, the Porter Pros?
No.
Oh man,
no.
You need to check those out. Cheap budget, lifetime warranty.
I don't know what a lifetime warranty is, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I got all these broken Milwaukee products that I need to send back, and it's like, when am I gonna do this? I'm never gonna do this.
I mean, you need an intern. That's what you need, an unpaid intern.
Yeah.
So, my car audio shirt today.
Oh, what is that?
It's from the Basshead world.
Oh, yeah,
Ronnie Smith. They call him Mr. 6.5. He's hit, I think, in this sniper box. This is the original one, the design on it. I think he's hit 160 decibels with 1 8-inch subwoofer. In that, yeah.
Is it an 8-inch woofer with a 10-inch magnet? I mean,
it's a serious woofer.
You'll have to send me, man. You'll have to send me a link to this because I gotta see this. What is the logo on the corner? What does it say? With the words on the other side?
Oh, sniping on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just wearing an Evo X shirt, so I mean,
we're still there. We're within range.
Well, it's funny because like these guys are trying to get away from those guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because that's all they're known for. It's like everyone just associates Sound Digital with like either recreational vehicles or, you know, loud stuff. And it's like, no, that was why they came to us, because it was like, we make a sound good product.
Yeah.
It's just people don't really associate us that way. And so it's like, they came to us to help them kind of rebrand the image. And I mean, I got to, dude, that little thing, those 2 little amps that are in Fernando's car, just so impressive, man. Oh my gosh. You know,
they had that Pauly Shore thing going on. Like once you're Pauly Shore, it's very hard to not be Pauly Shore.
Yeah, but he's done it. He's not Pauly Shore anymore, you know? So
he's kind of like a Richard Simmons type character now.
Dude, that guy's weird.
Yes. There's a whole podcast about Richard Simmons. If you haven't checked it out, it's very good. It's very good. It's not what you think it is, but it's very, very good. Our topic tonight.
Yes, let's get to it.
Planning out a stereo system. And I figured we can do this like how I would plan it out as a DIY guy. And then your suggestions on how someone should plan it when they're talking to a professional installer or thinking about it before they even get to the shop.
Yeah, I would pitch it more from the fact of before you even get to the shop, the things you need to think about. So that's a good idea. So why don't you kind of give me
Yeah,
your
I
thought.
got notes. I got
Yeah.
mad notes here, man. I could just start off with my number one. This is the steps you need to take before you even think about install. The number one step is be honest with yourself about your goals, what kind of system you want, your budget, and your current skill level, and what you think you can get to.
Yeah, but budget is a big deal, and that's like the number one question when someone comes in for me to design them a system is like, I hate asking it because it's like salesman faux pas 101 is don't ask the budget, but it's like I don't have time to sit here and play the half-hour game with you. It's like, what are you planning on spending? Just tell me, because we can move this along so much faster if you're honest with the budget. If you have $2,000 to spend, fine. But in that, it's also like you said, spend some time. Crutchfield is a wonderful reference for getting pricing, because chances are good if you find the price in Crutchfield, you will find it cheaper someplace else, especially like locally. But it still gives you a good barometer to figure out what it is. If like I want to do, an amp, speaker sub, and all that, kind of get an idea of how much that package costs.
Yeah, and I think some people, you got to be honest with yourself of what your goal is, because a lot of people like they say they want an SQ system, but everything they show me is not an SQ system, and they show me that they just want basically a street beater, and it's like that's cool. Like if you want that, that's absolutely fine, but you need to be honest with yourself, because you can't be honest with the person you're dealing with if you're not honest with yourself.
I want this thing to sound amazing. What do you think of Bema? Nothing wrong with Bema. I mean, but not really what I would consider the sound quality route. I mean, I can make them sound good, but that's I want to put a 6, 8, and a 10 in my door.
It's really good to at least have an idea of what you truly want, and don't be ashamed of it. If you just want to beat the block down, and you want
beat the block down,
with some coax in the door, and you just want something to keep up with them, if you're doing it yourself, be honest with yourself. If you're doing it with an installer, tell them what you really want.
Yeah, I had a guy come to me once, and he goes, we actually did a video on this in Dean's Classic Car Stereos. It was a Dodge Ram quad cab, and he goes, man, I want people to hear me down the street up by US 19. And I go, this is like 2 blocks.
Yeah.
I go, okay, 2 blocks, right? He goes, yeah, I want people to hear me from there. It's all right. Come on inside. And it was like 2 T215s, 2 T1000s, 4 8-inch on top, 4 tweeters on top, 6s in all the doors, 4 tweeters up front. There was 5 amplifiers in the system, like 2 T404s. I put the whole system together, told him I need a car for a week. The price was outrageous. And I said, this is what it's going to take. And he's like, man, what? Well, I said, all right, so you don't want people to hear you coming from 2 blocks away. He goes, no. I said, well, can't you do it any cheaper? I said, no, it's not how it works. If you want to be heard from there, you need this. Everything else is less, which means less. Yeah. Built the car. He said, screw it. Built the car. He had it for maybe 3 months. And then he had to sell it all. Because, the bills came due.
Yeah. That's how it works out, man.
Yeah.
That's why you got to be honest. Let me hit us with our first side jag, because we talked about this last night. Derek wants to buy this Jensen 10-inch screen. Please talk him out of it. I tried to talk sense to him. Are you on his side on this?
No, that's okay. So I have to maneuver this very carefully, because Jensen is I know the people really well.
Yeah. Well, see, my suggestion was, Jeff Smith, if you're watching, get Derek a high 10 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Jeff will hook you up, bro.
Yeah.
Jeff will get, I mean, if you're looking for a real, especially if you're trying to put it in the, is he thinking about putting this in the F-150?
The Accord, I think. Or, yeah. He's got a Honda Accord, too.
Okay, so here's the thing. here's the bitter truth about that. Those are great 1-year products. Those are great entry level products. They're affordable. It's gonna be your first radio and one of many, because they're not built. The Kenwood costs what it costs. Exactly. Yeah, 2,800 a quarter. The Kenwood costs what it costs, and Pioneer costs what it costs because they're built like tanks, and the Alpine is no different. All right, these radios are like, you pick them up and you're like, damn, okay. Yeah. That you pick up and you're like, huh, okay. It's a radio, and it's affordable radio. If I was looking to do, like, I have the Kenwood in my car now. It's gigantic. It's so big. It's just like, God, just tone it down. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I'm not a fan of the big floating screens. I'm trying to be, yeah. I have the JVC that I need to put in. They sent me that one to play with. So I'm getting ready to swap out the Kenwood for the JVC. And someone said, "Will you sell me that?" No, I can't sell them to you. They're on loan, so they're review units. They're not mine. They're not mine to keep.
I just break them and send them back.
Sometimes, yeah, yeah. But for me, like if it was coming out of my pocket, I'm buying a Kenwood or a Pioneer, and that's it. Because I know how I put in hundreds of radios, and I know I can put those in, and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of the same way with the floating screen. Like, they caught my eye really big, but then when I started plotting it out, like, dude, this is going to cover my air conditioner controls.
Oh yeah.
Or if I go down, it's going to cover the cubby where I always set my phone. And
well, did you see the picture of the Mustang we just did?
Yes. Yeah.
There was a lot of cussing and screaming going on with that one. As in, look, did you sell it? It's like, I was not for it. I was not down with it. It was, dude, and we needed the biggest shoehorn in the world to get that thing in that dash, because there is no room for that in that dash. I mean, it was literally, we had to shave the RCAs on the wiring harness to plug it in so that we could get it into the dash. It's that tight. I mean, we were literally getting in there and trimming out as much stuff as we could just to get us 1/8 of an inch. It was, because it was a nightmare. But that goes back to planning. So to bring this full circle, that goes to planning and doing a little bit of research on your car. So the first thing is the car. Like, when you're designing a system, if you're buying a new car and you're hoping to put a system in it, I can't tell you how many guys come in and go, I want to do this banging system, and they have a car that they can't do a banging system in because they need a Tahoe, or they need an SUV, or they need, the reason why Haley got the quad box is because it fit. It was the only car we had that it fit in. So if you want that kind of bass and sound, you have to have a car that it works in, because I can't put that sub in my car. It's going to be dumb. Yeah. So, it's every aspect of it goes hand in hand. So now you have the vehicle. All right. So now you have to do some research and figure out what size goes into this. So what was your next point?
That was it. We're right at it.
Okay.
So my exact point was, I'll read it so we know for verbatim. Do your research on your vehicle and the equipment you would like to use. That's number 2.
All right. So
we're on wavelengths, man.
So Derek, check out Frohouse's comment on the 100. He's used it. So if anyone would know, it'd be him. So, and there again, I'm going to reference Crutchfield, but Pioneer has it on their site. They'll give you a speaker size indicator so you can find out what size speakers in your car. 6x9s now come in a lot of cars.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times guys would come in with Fords that have the 5x7, 6x8, and they go, "Can I put a 6x9 in there?" And it's like, no, you can't. Well, it's only an inch bigger. Yeah, but it's an inch and a quarter deeper. So it's like, this is this and this is that. This is the depth of a 6.5. This is, so find out what size speakers you have. That's key. The other thing too is that, like, you need to know. So, all right, let's say we're going to put a new radio in the car. All right. We have that slide that just automatically pops up that says PAC, Metra, iData, all the names, because you have to do that research. I'll have guys come in and they'll be like, I want to buy a radio. I'm like, okay, and they'll be like, in their head, I could see they're thinking $500. And they'll be like, I'll show them some of the CarPlay, be like $400. I'm like, oh, that's within reason. I'll be like, okay, what kind of car do you have? I've already asked this question. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so you have, and when I don't feel like spending a lot of time, like when I'm busy and it's like I just kind of got stuck answering these questions, a guy comes in and he's got a new Ford. And it's like, okay, that dash kit for your car is $500.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a $500 dash kit. What kind of radio do you? I was only planning on spending $500. Sorry, we're already
radio,
gone,
bro. You're keeping the factory
radio. It's $1,000 radio swap. So these are things that you should know before you go in or before you start dealing with this. Or a guy will come in and be like, I want to put a radio in a Chevy, and it's like, and he's an older gentleman, so the last time he bought a wiring harness was $19. And it's like, that's a $150 harness for your car, plus dash kit, plus antenna adapter, plus if you're trying to retain your factory USB, you got $200 to $250 worth of parts now. So that's if you had a $400 radio, that's a $650 product now. So even if you did it yourself, now more than likely you're going to get charged between $100 to $150 to put it in, if not more. It just depends on where you're at. But it's a 2.5 to 4 hour job, depending on how new the car is. So that's another thing. It's like that $300 radio by the time you're done could cost you $1,000 to have put in.
Yeah.
So there again, you have to kind of figure these things out going into it.
Coming from the DIY perspective, I will say like Crutchfield is a very good place because they tell you, it's 6.5 will fit, this won't. So, but if you're not doing that, I do suggest you need to open your panels up, take the speakers out, measure the opening. If you're going to you have to measure the outside of the speaker, the mounting hole, the depth, everything.
If you're going to be doing it yourself, if you like okay, this is the other thing that irritates me. Here's another tangent. One of the things that bugs the ever-loving. Oh, hang on. Shut this door. Well, the girls are home, so I was keeping the door open, letting the air conditioning come in. One of the things that bugs the shit out of me, and I mean this like, okay, I started car audio when I was in high school, like most people did. All right. It eventually became a career, and it eventually turned into this. All right. So 30 years ago, I got my first job. But before I had my first job, I had 3 years of high school that all we could do was talk about was car audio. Cardio, that's so cool. Whoever known it would have turned into a career, into a job, and allow me to buy a Tauntaun with Han Solo on it. My point is that most car stereo guys, most professionals like myself, that's what happened. You didn't just wake up one morning and go, I'm going to install car audio. No, you were a DIY guy, a fan. You started putting your own stuff in. You went to a shop, and they were like, hey, man, you want a job? Okay. But a lot of these guys forget that, and they're kind of dicks, and they really hammer the DIY guys. And it doesn't make any sense to me because on our side of the table, I can't tell you how many forums I'm in where they're going, hey, man, I need an employee. I need to find somebody. I'm looking. And it's like, well, you've driven everyone away by being an asshole. Yeah. They're out there. The other thing, too, is everyone was, I want someone that knows what they're doing. Well, good luck. When I got Fernando, I didn't want anyone that knew nothing because I've dealt with enough installers in my life that I was like, I just want somebody that knows the pointy end of a screwdriver and is willing to learn. Give me that, and I will make him an awesome installer. And I did. And it was like, perfect. I don't want to do it again. But, okay, so that's a tangent. It's just like, I just don't understand why they get so down on the DIY guys.
Yeah, it happens often.
Yeah, we're on the show.
Hey, tell her come in and say hi.
No.
Yeah, but hi, Sue. Everybody tell Sue hi. It is like that, Sometimes I was really lucky. Like every shop around here was They were super cool.
Super cool.
We had like one or two jerk salesmen, but that's it. Like the installers, the owners, everyone was super cool. But Derek had an experience like that where he grew up, and that sucks, man. Because I don't even know what that. I was that kid that would just hang around the shop.
Yeah. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, trust me, I loved hanger-oners, man. Oh man, back in the '90s and in the early 2000s, hanger-oners were all the things. I mean, it was like welcome to Cheers. You know, no, you know, the guys that come in, you know, it's like these guys would stop by 2 or 3 times a week and just hang out for a couple hours. It was freaking awesome. But
I literally spent my whole checks there.
Yeah.
Besides what I needed to eat and for gas, and then everything else, like I just go in there every week.
That was optional. But yeah, so that was fun. Okay, so now that we have the car, we have the speaker, the size of speakers we need. What I was gonna say is, if you're gonna do it yourself, okay, you're eventually gonna have to take your door panels off. Everybody is always in such a damn hurry. I don't understand this. It's like,
how are you saying all my topics right before I say them?
Slow. I don't know. Just everyone just needs to slow down. Okay, Rome was not built in a day, and neither will your car stereo. If you don't get it done in a day, Jesus, just take a breather, man. You know, it's like go eat dinner.
You're living inside my brain right now. Let me read what I wrote, just so you
go ahead.
So you can say number 3. I wrote when you're doing the install, tackle one item at a time, and do not overwhelm yourself or try to rush it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone's like, they got 2 hours on Tuesday to get this stereo done, and it's like, dude, just enjoy it. I mean, just enjoy it. I mean, you're not on the clock. You're not getting paid. You know, you're doing the thing you love. Part of the joy of car audio was putting it in. That's the part I love the most. You know, when it was done, it was like, I'm just gonna take it out and start over because you know I had more fun putting it in. I mean, the end result was always great, but it was like, you know, I think I could build a different box and get a little bit more sound out of this, you know, and then you just do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, take your time. But all of that was, if you don't know what size speaker is going to fit, or like, because Crutchfield is right and wrong 50% of the time. You know, it's like, I can't tell you how many cars I see a double din won't fit in that a double din will fit in. Or, you know, it's a 6.5, or, you know, it's like, okay. So take your door panel off, go up to the car stereo shop, have the door panel off, and have the factory speaker with you. If you're going to go up and ask a question of a car stereo shop, have everything with you, okay? I can't tell you how many guys will come and go, oh, I left that at home. Why in the hell did you drive up here? I just forgot. Okay, so you forgot to bring with you the one question you were going to ask me.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this by yourself, my guy.
But, yeah. Let me show you where the CCA wire is. Come on over here.
Yeah. High Five Vega highly recommends the CCA wire.
You're going to get an endorsement, I'm sure, at some point.
I know. I'm just shooting for.
Yeah. Hey, we hear you. No. But the reason why is that, let's say, you know, if that company had, you know, if you're actually ready to buy a set of speakers, like if you want a set of Alpine R-types and they're an Alpine dealer, you walk in, I'm just curious if these will fit in my car. I've got some mixed reviews. I have my door panel off. I'm going to need the brackets. What do you have? You know, and it's like, can this fit? And, you know, most stereo shops are going to be willing to work with you. Most, I'm not going to say all, but most will be willing to work with you. And if you're going to buy it from them, now, if you're just pulling their chain and you're going to go buy it online because you found it for $5 less, well, then find a hole, jump in it, and bury yourself in it, because now you're just being a jerk. I mean, we work for a living too. We have to put food on our table. And that, if you don't think asking that 20 minutes worth of questions that you just asked that guy is worth the $10 extra for those speakers, then you suck.
Yeah. And that's why the guy isn't in your hometown anymore doing that.
No.
Sometimes. So.
Yeah. So anyways, to bring it back, have a realistic goal and a realistic budget. Know what speakers fit in your car, and be willing, if you're going to do it yourself, to take time. And then if you're going to hire someone to do it, make sure you give them the time in order to do the job. I had a guy come in today that was buying parts for his install that he was going to take to another shop to have it do, which I didn't have a problem with. I actually recommended this other shop to do it because of the car that he had. one of my friends that works at the shop owns that same car. It's a classic car, which I'm perfectly fine not working on. But he wanted ferrules and stuff like that, and they don't use ferrules. So he's like, I'm here buying this stuff so they'll use this stuff on the install. And I was like, okay. But he had done his research, and he went to the install. You know, it was one of those things where it was like he asked them all the questions. He started at one end of town and worked his way through town until he got to these people. And, you know, so he was used to asking all the questions. And he settled on them to do it, which... again, that's who I had recommended because they have experience with this older car. And it was like, all right, now it's don't just assume that something is going to get done a certain way just because you've seen it in a video, or never assume when you're going to pay somebody to do something that it's going to end up a certain way. I can't tell you how many times I'll get an email where someone will say, dude, I took my amp to get it installed and it doesn't look anything like you guys. And it's like, did you ask?
It's like a tattoo artist. You need to see some of their work.
Yeah. You know, it's like, did you ask? Did you look? Did you even talk to anybody? Well, no, the guy just took my keys and he gave me a really good price. Well, there you go. You know, you got what you paid for.
My friend,
there is nothing. Yeah. Cheap and fast. Yeah.
So I do have some suggestions. Go ahead. I have some suggestions here for a simple system.
Go.
If we're doing DIY, the number one thing I will say is if you have a newer car, consider factory integration, a line output converter, a DSP, something.
Yeah.
Because most new ones, you're not going to put a head unit in.
Well, and so
yourself.
Okay, so the video I put up today was the Zen A to B piece, and I just didn't know how to name it to have it make sense. But the whole premise of the video was to show people, like, we took this car and we needed to figure out how to integrate into the factory radio, and that is like the number one thing that we have to deal with nowadays. And it's not a simple thing to do, because even if you buy, let's say you buy a brand new Honda, okay, and it's a Honda Accord. Even Derek's year Honda Accord is going to have automatic noise canceling built into it. It's going to have the stupid microphones up by the top and up in the roof. All right. If you don't know anything about automatic noise canceling, as soon as you hook up that basic line level output converter to those rear speakers and put that subwoofer in, it goes, whoa! And you're like, what the hell? Why is it doing that? Okay. What do? You know, you assume the amplifier is bad, or you assume the line level is bad because you have no bearings whatsoever. And this is one of the things that Fernando and I laugh about, is Google is an amazing tool. Because if you Google, just installed stereo in Honda Accord loud noise, now it'll probably come up and link you to ANC disconnection. You know, I know we probably have 3 videos showing people how to do it. But you know, Google is your friend, and I feel like for some reason now everyone has kind of walked away from it and just expects, Google was invented so you could just ask a generic topic into the world and the world would give you an answer. Now people feel like they need to, if they can't go to the source and get the answer, then it's like, I can't do anything. And they'll just literally sit there like this. I'm just waiting for a response. It's
or just wait till Monday stream at 5:30. No.
6:30.
6:30, yeah. 6:30.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, I asked Dean 300 times in the chat.
Why not? It's like, no, just go Google the answer.
That's what I always do.
And there again, now back to building the stereo in your car, Google car stereo in my car, you know, make, model, year, and just read reviews and post and figure out what other people have run into. Type in ANC in the year, make, and model of your car. That'll, you know, chances are good if you have an ANC, or type in fake engine noise and make, model, and year of your car. And these things will come up and they'll populate, and you'll be able to figure out, oh, well, I have these things. Okay, I need to figure out how to get those, you know, like if you have a Ford, you can use Forescan to program things out, but it's like, okay, or you could just buy an iData and a DSR1 and it'll do it for you. So it all depends on your level of tech savviness.
And if Google doesn't work, I got one pro tip for you, because I have done this many times. I type in 5-star Ford F-150, whatever it may be, because their chances are you guys have said something about this.
in an F-150 video.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and
yeah.
it'll pop up. Typically, you'll get you in the ballpark, anyways.
Yeah. It was funny too because someone said last week, tangent. Someone said last week, you guys, you should take the long shows like this and break them into their segments and put all that information in there. And I'm like,
you want to be an intern, bro?
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't got the time for that, dude. Literally on Saturday when we end that show, within 10 minutes we're in our cars and gone. It's like I'm done. But that's why we came out with the Dino Ferniero's car stereo clips, is so that we could clip those into the smaller segments. It only took us 4 years to figure that out, and stealing the idea from Derek.
Well, we stole it from Joe Rogan, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. But it's great, and that's what that channel is for. Is that it just puts all those little question answer things all there, and you can do that. But so the thing when designing your system, to get back to that, let's talk about subwoofers, because that's another thing that people seem to spend a lot of time on that isn't totally necessary. I feel that we've gotten to the point now where we're all just so worried about, did I get the right subwoofer?
Yeah.
Did I get the right one? Did I make a bad choice? And the reality of it is, I'm not going to say they all sound the same, because they don't. Every subwoofer has, as you know, its own characteristics. Some of them sound very similar. Some of them sound totally different. There's no way to know. There's no way, you can go read reviews, and you got to remember when you're reading a review, the people that are unhappy write the reviews, and the people that are happy typically don't write reviews.
Yeah.
So if you see a 5-star thing, it's because someone was offered like $10. Hey, write a 5-star review, get a $10 coupon.
Oh, and anger is the most motivating thing.
Yeah. So, and just never assume that if someone wrote a bad review, it's a bad product. Just might not have been. That's the guy that bought this product for whatever reason, and it really wasn't what he needed or what he wanted. He just bought it because somebody else said it was what he needed. Figure out what type of bass do you want. Do you want a big fat booming bass, or do you want a tight bass? Figure out how loud you want the bass to be. Do you want people to hear you 2 blocks away, or do you just want something that is comfortably numb? Bad. Figure out how much trunk space you're willing to give up. I was kind of the hope, Liz. Not going to lie. We actually talked about that at work. I said, well, as long as I'm more of a draw than they are, I'll be okay. So these are all the things you got to think about. And then once you figure out how much space you're willing to give up, like we did a car last Saturday, and the dad came back in and he says, man, my daughter's not happy. And I go, why? And he goes, she felt like she should have got more bass than that. I said, all right, hold on. Let me think about this for a minute. What did we do again? We put 2 entry-level kicker subs, 10-inch, in the back of a Challenger. How loud did she want it?
She wanted 15 loud.
She didn't want to take up any trunk space. That's why we went with the 10s. I said, so here's the problem. You came in telling me you didn't want to take up any trunk space. And now you're coming back telling me it's not loud enough. So which one is more important? Do you want it louder? In which case we need to take up trunk space. Or are you fine with it being quiet, but now you have plenty of trunk space? Which one is it? Because having your cake and eating it too in life is a funny thing, as we both know, doesn't typically happen. Now, it can happen. Like, we could put a Q-Class 12-inch single woofer in the corner of the car with a 950-watt amplifier on it. Oh, yeah.
Money can solve those
money
problems.
can solve a lot of problems. Okay? But we're talking, we're in the $350 price range, guys.
Yeah.
That's, it's easy enough that we can switch those 10s out for 12s and get you where you want to be. And you're not going to take up that much more space. But, it's one of those things. I always tell people when I'm designing the system, it's like, okay, do you know how much bass you want? No. Okay, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we just concentrate on the mids and highs? Because that's what you're going to hear the most. I always find it funny. It's like the most important speakers you're going to hear is the mids and highs and all of that. But yet, let's spend $1,000 on the subwoofers.
Yeah. And that's what they got. That's the shiny thing they see. A squirrel.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so the 3.5s we're doing in the Jeep, that the video we put up on Tuesday, Wednesday, there was a subsystem that went into that, which we didn't film because it wasn't necessary for what we were trying to do. But originally, he had just come in and he was complaining about the way it sounded, and the old school mentality of Paul, everyone just needs a subwoofer, and it's like, no, it's not. Did you listen to what he said? And then I'll have to go to the customer and go, tell me what you told him. Let's start over again. And we have to, okay, what was the main problem? Well, it doesn't sound loud enough. I don't get I don't hear the words that well, and there's not enough impact to the music. Okay, so out of that whole conversation, you heard not enough impact to the music, need to put in subs. Yeah. So if we just put subs in, this is going to be an unhappy guy because we didn't actually do the first portion of it, which actually had more words in the sentence, which were my mids and highs aren't loud enough and I can't hear the words, not impact.
Yeah.
So simple solution, 4 3.5s with tweeters in them, done, solved, yay. Guy came in on Saturday, same thing, Challenger. He wanted the jail corner box, and he was like set on that. I was like, all right, that's cool. We'll do that. You just understand you're going to be paying a lot of money to have that subwoofer put in the corner, and I could do 2 10s or 112 in a normal box and destroy it. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I want it over here in the corner. I got 2 strollers. I want bass. And he knew what he was getting, and we put it in, and he heard it, and he's like, I can still fit my strollers in the car. Yeah. I was like, okay. But we put new 3.5s, new 6x9s in off of the factory Alpine system, which totally livened up the front end of the car. And he was like, honestly, the front end that you had me do after the fact is what I'm most happy about, because it's like, it's the presence that it has now is way better. And I was like, okay.
People way underplay the speakers. The speakers are the most important part. Even if you're just going to put coaxial speakers in, you need those speakers.
I get so depressed when I put coaxial speakers in. I'm not going to lie. It's just like, especially if there's a tweeter provision. Yeah. It's like, why aren't we putting components in here? And it's always the same thing. Oh, you didn't have the budget. No, that's not the reason. The reason is you didn't ask. Yeah. And there again, it falls back to consumer. Never assume that the sales guy is going to sell you what you need. Yeah. Always ask for what you want. Okay. If you want a set of components, get a set of components. The other thing too, okay, this is one of the things I always tell people. Time. When we were talking about time, is when you're designing a system, I design what I call the hero system. All right. Meaning this is the hero system. This is like, you've told me money is not an option. You don't have a budget. Then I'm going to design you the hero system. The hero system is the one that this is your new car. If you've got the money, this is what you want to put in it to make yourself happy for the next 3 to 6 years. All right. That's the hero system. All right. Now, sometimes the hero system, so like if you come in, you got a $3,000 budget. Okay. But you're willing to go up to 4. But the hero system is somewhere between 5 and 6. Okay, that's like, wow, okay, it's a little bit more than what I wanted to spend. That's that decision you have to make, though, because it's like, I'm going to have this car for the next 3 to 6 years, okay, with, paying payments and payments and payments. Is it worth it for me to spend the extra $2,000 now and get what I really, really want, or settle and just know for the next 3 to 6 years that I could have had a better stereo? Yeah. And that's one of those things. And or you'll design a system and it's like $500 more than what they wanted to spend, and it's like, it's $500. It's literally like 2 months of don't go to McDonald's, okay? Or don't go out to eat this weekend. Don't take your girlfriend somewhere and spend a bunch of money drinking. I mean, it's $500. You're going to waste that on something else. This is going to be in your car for the next 3 to 6 years.
Yeah.
And that's always something to consider about. It's like, build the hero system and see where it's at, and then decide, But there again, we all have this fixed income that we're on regardless, and it all has to fit into that. I've had guys that have come in and they'll be, you'll design the system. I want that. That's amazing. Blew them away with the pitch. And they're like, but it needs to be less. And it's like, so let's say you design a $5,000 system. Yeah. Whether they're going to do it themselves or we're going to do it, it's $5,000. Okay. In the sense that this is how much it's going to cost. Okay, whatever, whether they're going to take it, put it in, and then they go, well, I need it to be about $4,000. No,
let's do the 4,000 system now.
We can't. There's not that kind of a profit margin in this for us. Well, I want that though. Well, then you need to come up with another $1,000. Yeah, but I don't want to. Well, then you don't want the system. It's that weird entitlement thing that just kind of like I sit there and go, oh man, my head is starting to hurt. This is why I'm not a sales guy. I can't deal with this. I don't negotiate with terrorists. It's like
Rockstar doesn't negotiate with terrorists.
I'm an installer, and if you want to negotiate with somebody, that's that guy. And good luck. I'm out of here. I've had some of the strangest conversations with people. Oh, and the other thing too. Okay, so let's move to amplifiers. Okay. I can't tell you how many times guys have come in and they'll be like, they'll have these amplifiers and I'll be like, where do you want me to put these? Oh, I don't know, wherever you want. No, that's not the game we're playing. You came in with a skateboard and you have a pickup truck. Where do you want these amplifiers installed? I don't know. I couldn't find any place to put them. Bingo. So how am I going to find some place to put them when you own the car and you intimately looked everywhere you possibly could? There's no magical hiding spot that like we're going to find. So buy equipment that fits in your car, do your research. It's like, if you can't fit, it's like a Chevy pickup. There's not a lot of room in Chevy pickup. Sometimes you can take the seat down and put them behind there. Sometimes. But what, I like to go with the Rockford Mini T's because those are tiny, like the Evo X amplifiers. They're small and they'll fit at the base of the seat. You can just line them right up and they'll go in and they're easily serviceable and everything. And they sit flat and they're cool and they'll breathe and everyone's happy. But if you show up with a giant, it's not going in there. Yeah. Today we did a Silverado, and where it had to go, the amplifier wiring, this is another thing too, is how is the amplifier built? Does the wire come out of the end or does the wire come out of the side? In this vehicle, the wire has to come out of the ends because it has to be compact enough to go up in the base of the seat, and the wire has to go this way. He gave me an amplifier where the wire comes out the front. I'm like, this isn't going to work. We need to switch amps here because it can't fit. Seat's in the way.
Square peg, round hole.
Yeah. So, and there again, not being able to, not knowing all this stuff. And Instagram, as we both know, is a wonderful place to find pictures of car audio. Yeah. And the 12-volt Clean Wire Club is another place to go and find pictures of car audio. But what else? Do you have anything else written down there past 3?
I would say in the DIY range, the things I would suggest. So if you're wanting a system built and you know that this system's going to cost you $3,000, but it's going to take you 6 months to do that, you might want to consider, but you want something now. You've got 1,500 of it. Maybe you have them run the 1/0 cable and you get a 4-channel and just one single component set. Then maybe you come back next month when you get paid again, you get the rear fill if you want, or the sub amps. Piecemeal it. Because not everybody wants to wait.
And thank God they don't, because that makes us so much money. There's like, I have a lot of truths. Like we all know that if you're not on my team, you suck, and if good enough is good enough. But one of the darker, more patient ones is time and patience will get you everything you want in life. All right. Because with time and patience, you will get the money and you will get the things that you're laboring for. But time and patience are something that this industry has almost none of. Everybody wants stuff now. And I know it's not exclusive just to car audio, but and I was no different. The reason why I came up with that is I figured it out, because I would just buy whatever I want. I got $50 in my pocket. What do you got? I got this. I'll take it. Yeah. I really put one of these days I'm going to get those. Yeah, right. How much are those? $250? Yeah. So if I was smart, I would just save the $50 or put a $50 down payment down. Do a little layaway action. Most stores will do layaway of some kind. But buy it once, buy it right, and you'll never
Yeah.
be disappointed with yourself. But no one ever does that. Everyone always like, what can I get today? You can get this POS. I'll take it. I'll get the.
But that's one important thing that I did leave out is you need to buy the equipment that you aspire to in the beginning. So
Yeah.
if it's the $500 component set, that's the only speakers you're going to have in a car for a minute with the $500 4-channel amp or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy the equipment you're going to finish with first.
But no one ever will.
No.
Paul does do layaway. Yeah. I mean, we just finally did a system. I think the guy had on layaway for 4 years. Took him 4 years to pay it off. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, whatever. You know, he's got it now. It's done. It's gone. I don't have to worry about it. It's off my plate. I'm happy. But that's the thing. I mean, careful planning and allocating funds appropriately, you'll actually save money in the long run. But no one ever does. Everyone always settles and buys what the cheapest thing they can find. And there again, if you've never been in car audio, there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you walk in and you're like, I don't know anything about car audio. I just want a sub. I want an amp. I want some speakers. I got like $500. Yeah, sure. I mean, if that's as deep as you're going to get for right now, go ahead, knock yourself out.
He's just trying to play. He's just trying to play his system, man.
Yeah, you know, and I've said it before when people always ask me, "What do you think of this?" You know, and it's almost like they throw it at you to see if you're going to say something bad about it. And it's like the Jensen thing. It's like, listen, man, if that buying that radio for $300-$400 gets you into car audio and it educates you on what spending $1,000 will get you, or takes you, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to be totally disappointed that you spent that money and you weren't happy and you're out of it for life. You'll never do it again. Or you're going to learn that maybe the guy was right. I should have spent more money. I didn't have it, but I'll get it next time. And next time you will, because you'll be like, I'm going to rock this until the wheels fall off, because it's like those guys. It's like that. I got a couple friends that like rocked the Toyota Sentra or Nissan Sentra for years and years and years, so that he could afford his Audi. Now he drives an Audi, and he's like, everyone's like, dude, that's a dope car. And he's like, yeah, I drove a Nissan Sentra for 15 years so I could get this car. It's like, hey, you had a plan. You rocked that plan, and now you're wishing you had a better stereo.
Well, one thing at a time. You can't have it all.
Dean, what is the original system? No longer suffices, but
it was. You had dreams evolve. Dreams evolve.
Dreams evolve. I mean, but that's the thing. I mean, but you have to set benchmarks so that you can blow those benchmarks away. You have to have like YouTube last year. Last year, 2019 was one of the best years that I just look back at 2019. I'm like, oh my God, it was an incredible year. 2020 sucked. But one of the goals I set for 2019 was I wanted to run 1,000 miles. All right. So I ran like 1,001 miles by the end of the year. I was super excited. The year before I got injured, so I was only like 900 and something miles. So I was totally depressed. And it's one of those goals that's like, it's a whole year, bro. But when you're injured for a whole month, it's a lot of running you miss. And then I didn't think it was going to make it in 2019 because there again I got injured again. But in October the weather was perfect and the perfect storm happened. I was able to run four half marathons in 1 week. So it was like, don't ever want to do that again. But that caught me up. So I was able to finish the year. This year, I'm like 85 or 70 miles away from the 1,000. So I'm going to go way over 1,000 because I'll have like the whole month of December to just add on. So, setting a goal and then being able to blow away that goal or change your goal as time goes on is great, and your system is no different. If you're a fan of Focal and you have access and you've always wanted a set of access or you've always wanted a set of Flax, well, there's a reason why there's K2 and then there's Utopias. Because, you buy Focal Flax today and you're rocking them, and then your situation changes where you actually get, a big boy job, or you have more money, or whatever the situation is that changes. You like Focal. You looked at Utopia and you were like, yeah, my wife would kill me, or that's just out of my league. And then all of a sudden it's in your league. And it's like, well, why not? That's what it's there for, So build the dream system. I mean, I had my dream system for a minute and it was awesome and I enjoyed the shit out of it. And then my dreams came crushing down and I had to change my dream system, but for that little bit of time, it was awesome. And then that eventually changed into something else and that changed into something else. And,
that's a good Dean life lesson, because you should never be unhappy, but you should not be content with where you're at now. You should always be moving forward.
Yeah. Just
totally. Life in general.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things, Fernando and I talk about a lot, because it's like, where we're at, he's 10 years younger than I am. And it's like, listen, where you're at in your life, you spend a lot of time with me. I'm at a different place in my life than you're in your life. Okay. You have a 3-year-old. I have a 21-year-old. Okay. There's a lot of room there that has happened. I've got 10 more years of experience on you that you just don't have yet. But when I look back at when I was your age, you're having all the same problems I had. So you're on track. Don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing and it's going to end up wonderful, or it's not. But don't give up and don't get frustrated because you're seeing somebody else in a different place in their life. That shouldn't discourage you. What that should do is motivate you to get to that point, to get there. If you see something, figure out how they did it and get there. Your system,
or just ask them. That's what, like, if I see someone like that successful, I'm asked, like, how did you do this? I want to know. I might not do it the same way, but at least I have a reference of people. I have 6 people I asked this question. I can get some kind of amalgamation of that and recreate it in my own life.
Yeah. Just ask Gary V. You want to talk about somebody's going to cuss a lot when he answers your question? Holy shit!
Well, we didn't have the F-bomb yet, so I mean.
Well, I was gonna say that about Gary V, but I don't know if everybody knows who Gary Vaynerchuk is, so it would be like, what is he talking about?
Oh my god, that's offensive.
That's so bad. You cuss so much. I have to say Bob Saget. Anyways.
It's an hour, man.
We tried really hard on this topic. So hopefully you guys got something out of this for sure. If not, I know you'll let us know.
We'll see it in the comments, or I'll see it in the comments. Dean's not going to see it, but I'll highlight it and then I'll show him later.
Yeah.
So what you got coming up, man? Anything special? I know, what is it, December that's going to be?
So we're going to,
or is it November?
It's November when we're going to start talking about it. So next week we come off the can and we start talking about what we got planned for December. So should be big boy life lessons. But yeah, so what we got, everyone is going to want to wait. Next week we're going to start talking about it. We're just finally finishing up all the little, and today we got another big drop that we're like, oh, this is going to be awesome. So like the whole start of it's going to be crazy. But December to remember is coming, and we're going to talk about it. But we're going to drop it all next week. As far as videos we got coming, there's just a shit ton.
A lot, all the videos.
So tomorrow's news. So tomorrow, and there's a bunch of news. Oh my god, there's a ton of news tomorrow. We're super excited. And then Saturday, we're going to have the Ground Zero, and I'm pointing to my chest because Ground Zero and Sound Digital are together. We're going to have the Ground Zero big Pro EQ or Pro EQ DSP that they have. We're going to do our DSP Saturday. So the first half hour of the show, we kind of dig in and show you how to work the operating system of the DSP. Because everyone's operating system is just a tad bit different. And so we, if you're interested in this product, we spend a half hour. We go through it. We show you what it's got. And, if you have questions, you can ask. And then we end, we only do a half hour so that if, when everyone wants to know what 6.5s they should buy, we get to that.
Yeah, that's the second half hour.
That's the second half hour.
Appreciate it.
Much love, Tom. Much love.
So, let me click this off. So I have the shootout. I just dropped part 2. We're reaching the goals. I'm going to put these things for 5 minutes on full RMS power, and it's probably going to stink in this room for a long time. I had to air it out.
In your garage.
I know, man, but I got sound treatment and stuff in here.
Piss off your neighbors, man. Have some fun.
But I air it out. It does, like, the curtains. I had to wash the curtains, so that was unfortunate. But if you guys haven't smelled that smell, it
Oh, it's
is.
horrible.
It's like death, but I'm gonna do it. So that's coming
Plug
up.
it. Just plug them into the wall and speed it up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man. I got that coming up. That will probably be the week after till we reach the goal. But this week I have an amp dyno coming up. So yeah.
What kind of amp?
Guess.
Rise?
Nope.
Crescendo?
Nope. If you had to guess.
Kicker.
Kicker.
Oh,
the kicker amp. So
which one you got?
The IQ 1000.
Oh. Ooh.
And maybe there's a bonus in there if you wait to the end of the video. So
giving it away.
Yeah. You just watch and things might happen.
Things might happen. Crazy times.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Until
then, what where should we go?
We should go home and go to bed. I'm here. I'm gonna go edit.
Yeah.
You can find us, of course, at 5-Star Car Stereo all over the internet. Just type in 5-Star Car Stereo. It'll take you to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. 5 minutes with 5-Star on Instagram every day, or almost every day. We go on and talk, answer questions. It's another opportunity for us to help you guys out. A lot of fun. Actually, the Instagram show is a great place to ask questions because usually there's only, depending on what time of the day it is, it's like 35 to 50 people. So it's like we can just hammer through questions on that show, and it's wonderful. As opposed to like, the other shows that are just like,
yeah, the Facebook streams in the middle, and then the YouTube stream is like crazy.
Oh, YouTube streams like a ticker tape. It's just like, oh god.
Yeah.
We do our best, man. We do our best.
Yeah.
I mean, we got an hour. We try to have fun with it. We try to answer good questions. It's what it is. It's just what it is. It was one of those things that it just kind of grew into what it is now. Doing Q&A was not something we planned the show to be, but that's where it went. So we're just leaving it there, and it does well because of it. So why not?
Yeah.
Whatever works.
We got a 12V talk coming next week too. So
cool.
Be on the lookout for that. And then later we're going to talk to some women in car audio, which is rare. So
yeah, I know. Right.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. Kicker's got a lot of women that work there.
Yeah, that's for sure. I should have tapped into them and seen who they wanted to send, but oh well. It hasn't happened. I think people had enough of Kicker.
I did.
I could tell it from the stream. There were some comments on the stream about Dean's face.
There's always comments about Dean's face because it's like it doesn't hide anything. It's like I don't pull any punches with my face.
Well, you'd be having to try to hide it. You'd have to start from there. So, and we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, it tells no lies. It's like even with a mask on, the guy today goes, "Oh, I can see you're smiling underneath that mask," and I was like, "No." It's actually why I kind of like masks is because it just kind of just shows this, and it's just like I can underneath there just have this like, just scowl of just like, "Oh, leave me alone."
Yeah, that teenager scowl. That's the best one.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Next week. Same bat time.
Same back channel.
We'll catch y'all later.
See ya.